Hello, dear Scorpio. Welcome to your love reading for the month of April of 2026. How are you all doing? I really want to thank you, dear Scorpio, for your love and your support always, and I hope that you're doing okay. I know that this month, in the month of April, Uranus in your opposite house of Taurus will be finishing up for you in your seventh house. So Uranus in your house of commitment and marriage and your most important one-on-one relationships has really has wreaked havoc on your relationships. You've been doing the clearing out of relationships that were not meant to be in your life. But Uranus also has brought you face to face with a possible connection of someone that you've connected with that's not traditionally your type, right? So that's what Uranus is. Let's see what's going on, dear Scorpio, as Jupiter from Cancer is in good aspect to you, and you've had some good opportunities as well. But this is the end of that 7-year cycle since 2018, with Uranus going through the house of others for you. Let's see what is the Karma Dharma for Scorpio as we're in the Aries season leading on to the Taurus season. Let's see what's going on for Scorpio. This is your card, and we've got the Hanging Man, the Pisces energy. Remember that the North Node is in Pisces, and Pisces is a sister water sign, as you are. So Spirit is helping you release, not be the martyr anymore. Remember, the North Node is fate and destiny, but there has been a lot of misunderstandings, a lack of clarity, self-deception with the Hanging Man. It's about an ending, a closure, a sacrificing, not sacrificing anymore. You need to be released from a feeling of, you're probably wondering, why me? Why is all this going on for me? Why is all this happening for me? And I know it's been tough. You're a fixed water sign. So emotionally, you're quite fixated. Sometimes to your own demise. And I don't know if you're I don't know if you're dealing with a Pisces individual, but we know that the big planets leaving Pisces, big planets being Neptune after 14 years, and then Saturn for the last 3 years, and entering Aries. It's, big changes are happening in the world and for all of us personally. And Pisces is the big release, right? Because now these big planets in Aries, then we've got Pluto in Aquarius, which again is bringing big changes for you, because Aquarius is a fixed sign squaring you. Pluto is squaring you to make the changes. So we're in all areas of life, dear Scorpio, you're going through massive transformation and change. Your home life, your work life, your relationships. But Jupiter now direct is helping you move through these energies and into the new possible beginning. Aries is the I, me, my. Okay, so let's see what's going on for Scorpio. You've got the Hermit, so interesting. Virgo comes through. Dear Scorpio, Virgo is where the south node of the moon is. Virgo is a sister earth sign. It works well for you. Some of you have gone within. You've turned the energies inward. You've been seeking the light, the inner light, or the wisdom, self-wisdom, right? Your connection with spirit, or this could be the wisdom that comes from an external, someone externally to you. This could be a doctor, this could be a legal representative, this could be your higher self. Remember here that the light. With the light, he sees the snake, and the snake is poison. Now you're used to that. I mean, you're Scorpio, and Scorpio is the snake. Scorpio is poison, which can turn into elixir. So, dear Scorpio, obviously you've gone through a lot with Uranus opposing you all these last few years, and now the eclipses are starting to happen on the axis Aquarius Leo, which again is forcing you the next couple of years. And remember, a metamorphosis, a transformation such as this that you've been going through and you're continuing to go through is a big deal. So it's a 9, it's a major arcana. There's wisdom, there's philosophy, there's matters pertaining to health, your psychological, your physical health. If you've been going through a big change in your life, you're seeking the guidance, seeking advice, or you're going through a spiritual awakening yourself and you are the hermit yourself, possibly. Remember, it's a 9, which speaks to an end to a cycle. What is your challenge, Scorpio? The 5 of Pentacles. Your beliefs, you're going through a lot of changes where your beliefs are concerned with someone that you're connecting with, which could be a foreigner, someone who comes from other beliefs, other religion. The 5 of Pentacles is we're both feeling left out in the cold, that some of you and another person may be feeling as though, because 5s are changes, are going through big changes. There's a sense of not enough, whether it's love, whether it's beliefs, whether, you know, this is like not being in sync, not being in balance. Now, this could also speak to finances. If you're dealing with anything legal, it could be draining your finances. You could also be connecting with someone that is very different to what you're used to, right? So big differences between you and another person, whether it's your beliefs, your financial standing, your status, your name in society, whatever it is. Let's see what is crowning you. We've got the Knight of Wands, we've got Sagittarius, Aries or Leo. And of course with the Knight of Wands, it could speak to movement, travel, chasing one's desires. It feels like you're on a journey. There's a sense of, Scorpio, you do go quite deep. You are emotionally fixed. So once you're in with both feet. This card is a card of freedom. It's a card of foreigners. I don't know if some of you this is what you're meant to be doing, and that is chasing your desires, connecting with someone that is physically at a distance, someone that you desire to connect with, someone that you're very attracted to. We see the volcanic eruption there in the Ace of Wands. This is deep desires. This is very sexually orientated, but it can also speak to the explosive energies, can also speak to a lot of angst and desires having turned inwards, and therefore a lot of frustration relative to your passion, your desire, and the fire that burns within you. And you are, dear Scorpio, I do see you many times with the color red, okay, because you are very passionate, even though you possibly many times hide that until you can trust, fully trust. Where are you coming from in the deep past? What is your karma? Page of Swords. Page of Swords is Gemini. I'm wondering if you've got any Gemini placements, but this could also speak to communication through social media. This is a messenger. This is a student. Maybe you've been going through, because I get Gemini Sagittarius here, something close to home and then something further away. short distance travel, long distance travel, going through a learning curve, having gone through a lot of lessons. I get a lot of mutable Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini. I get a lot of mutable, and Virgo, a lot of mutable energies, which is all about being flexible, dear Scorpio. Maybe you've been taught to be more flexible. These are the lessons that Uranus has been teaching you. But the Page of Swords is also the spy, someone checking out your social media or you doing that. Something to do with communication. Now, Gemini is a double, is the twins, right? It's logic, using the logic. Some of you may have a placement of a personal planet in Gemini, and that's curiosity. It's always asking questions, or even if you didn't have the courage to ask the questions, and this could be relative with someone that you're connecting with that wants to find things out. Maybe you've been spied on. If you've been all buckled up and mysterious and quiet for the others, then they've been sort of needing to look for information. Now, of course, pages are children as well, so then maybe there is a child in the picture, but I get a sense of maturing as well, maturing energies. Let's see the recent past. Two of Swords, dilemmas, choices, going back and forth. Someone protecting their heart, someone looking at things from a more logical standpoint, but I get deep desires, big passion, and wanting to take action. But as I said, because this is also Sagittarius, maybe your beliefs needed to go through change. And you've been seeking guidance, possibly also if you are close to the church and you're connecting with someone that's very different, someone that doesn't believe in the same things that you do, someone that's more inclined towards the stars and not the, religion. So someone that's more scientifically prone and wanting and looking at things from a very futuristic standpoint. So I get big differences between you and someone that you've connected with, and that was hard. That gap was hard to fill, was hard to overcome. That's what I'm getting, Scorpio. And what is the possible outcome? Seven of Cups. So you're still confused. Maybe there might still be confusion here. The Seven of Cups is many opportunities, many choices, but the dilemma is which cup of these is the right one for me. And we've got the Three of Cups. Three of Cups could be a love triangle, could be someone that's ready to get out and date, could be because we've got a 2 and a 3 here, and then a 5. 2 is the balance, the harmony, or the choice. 3 is it's the first step, it's the first scale of success. But then the 5 is something is missing. So I don't know if there are third parties here. This could be a reconciliation, possibly for some of you. What's that sitting on? And we've got Queen of Swords, Libra, more than likely. Queen of Swords, she could be a divorcee or someone that is quite logical, someone that asks for equality, harmonious relationships. These could be talks of doing things in the correct way. Remember, Libra is all about reciprocity, right? And if there is no reciprocity, this is a card of balance. This is imbalance because 3s are not numbers of balance. And we've got the Hierophant. So that could speak to, because here is Taurus, Scorpio. For you, this is your house of others. You could be dealing with someone that is just very logical, someone that is quite cold, someone that always is looking for balance and harmony and fairness. But we've got the Three of Cups here. Now, Three of Cups, general energy. Let's get more cards and see. This is the romance angels. Let's see what's coming through for Scorpio. First card. Oh my goodness, dear Scorpio. This is your twin flame card. Someone from your past is returning to your life. There's a reconciliation on the cards for you. This is where you connect on a high level. You could see they're up in the clouds. This is a twin flame for me, for sure. But there's codependency and addictions that are affecting your romantic life. So these are blockages. This is karma. This is could be a controlling other relationship. Remember, we had the Queen of Swords. She doesn't have to be Libra. She could be Aquarius. She could be Gemini, right? The codependency could also be addictions, right? Someone is addicted to sex, to intimacy, to travel, to alcohol. The addiction could also be, and the codependency could also be blockages and limitations that are making this twin flame, that are blocking this twin flame. This is like a twin flame that's blocked by a karmic. And what else? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So there could be cycles that you've done. The addictive behavior is Saturn for me. It's like not being able to release, not being able to I feel the problems could also be, if not the emotions, it's the practical side of life here I'm getting. If there's physical intimacy, I mean, there's physical distance, I wanted to say. Physical distance makes it extra hard, of course. And we see where pentacles are concerned, we've got the Five of Pentacles here. Someone's looking for a way out of a challenging situation here. A 5 and a 7, challenging numbers. Surely, what's at the foundation? Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a high level of commitment. But forgiveness and learning and release needs to happen. And you know, with the Seven of Cups, which could be the illusion, maybe there is a necessity for a risk that's taken, someone that's driven to take action. We've got 3 cups, 7 cups, that's 10 cups. 10 cups is bliss, happiness. But it can also speak to a split, that there's been deception, that there are third parties, that there's foul play with the Knight of Wands. Even Gemini being the twin, being a double symbol, right? Can speak to someone that's two-timing or that's playing, you know, leading a double life. That could also be something that is coming through for you, dear Scorpio. What's beneath the engagement? Retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. So there's something serious, something about, and you know, the old oak tree here, its roots go back into past lifetimes. This has been a very long-standing relationship, twin flame connection that's been challenged by a karmic, I would say. Maybe forgiveness is necessary with a karmic connection. Maybe the forgiving and having gone through a difficult lesson is on the cards, and what is necessary, because remember, Pisces is also forgiveness. It's loving unconditionally, but it's also release and not being the martyr. Let's see, dear Scorpio, what's going on with the Twin Flame Oracle here. For Scorpio, what's coming through? Remember, Mercury has retrograded in the sign of Pisces. We've got Ascension. Resolving the past, overcoming emotional blocks and spiritual relationship. And this is a Scorpio card for me. So you're going through an ascension, surely. and the possibilities are an engagement or engaging with each other. It's like a promise, and there is a retreat. It's time to disconnect from the world. It's time to connect away from the world. So not, possibly in secret, if there is still a karmic that needs to be released. Someone could be in the process of doing that, looking for a way out, because the Hermit is a 9, and the next card would be the divine wheel, divine timing of an ending and a possible new beginning. Now, what was I saying? What was I saying? I forgot. That's how much of a short memory I've got, dear Scorpio. Yeah, it was about forgiving and learning. Don't hold on to anything that's blocking the reconciliation. I was talking about Mercury retrograding in Pisces, yes, where there was confusion, illusion, lies, deception. Pisces is the natural 12th house, which can speak to secret love affairs, things going on behind the scenes, bed pleasures, right? I do get that there's been a very strong sexual connection. But there are blockages here. And someone needed time to look at things from a different perspective, or needing time to close up a major life cycle. What's going on in the tangled love? Because I do get a lot of tangled energies here. Fighting, trust issues, one-sided, detached, and poor communication. I don't know if this is a karmic, codependent, controlling relationship that some of you are needing to release, because even the Page of Swords here, remember Gemini it could be multifaceted. It could be curiosity, someone that's a spy, someone that's childish. Gemini is very youthful, because we've got the Page and we've got the Hermit. We've also got the Player, the Knight of Wands. Again, someone that's very free-spirited, someone that wants to play, someone that plays, not someone that is mature enough, right? So maybe there are some trust issues here. Detached. The word detached speaks to, I get very strong air, and we've got air here. So Scorpio, maybe you've been dealing, if you were in another connection, possibly fighting with someone that fits the category, right, of the Page of Swords. What else? And we've got love that lasts, timeless, real, deep affection. We've got two people that have grown old together. They're meant to be, and this would be. Timeless means twin flame for me. And that's exactly what I'm getting for you, dear Scorpio. And once you're in for the overhaul for a long time. Okay, let's see what's going on in your emotional life. What's going on for Scorpio? We've got news. This could be magic, or it could be deception. This is the vision. This is not seeing clearly. We've got very strong Piscean energies here, right? So imagining something or connecting on an etheric level, not physically. And we've got cycles, and we see this is a Chronos card, a Saturnian card, and it does speak to codependency. So there is the energy of Chronos here, Saturn, but on this cycle we see the flower behind her back, and the flower is Venus. Now Venus is ready 1st of April, I think, yeah, on the 31st of March, to step into Taurus, which is your 7th house. So there's a sense of grounding, a feeling of being valued, loved, and possibly also, where love is concerned, taking the physical steps, right, to secure something. That's really beautiful. What's at the bottom? We've got patience. So I don't know if you're dealing with an earth sign, Scorpio. I know you're a fixed water sign, so being fixed means And you're water, so water does flow if you're emotionally balanced. If you're in an emotional imbalance, the flow is not very healthy, let's say. Let's see, dear Scorpio, what's come through. Not for you, and it's come out in the reverse. Thank you, Spirit, for that. It's in the reverse, but I'm going to put it upright, and it's a number 6, and 6 is balance. 6 is the lovers, and the lovers is a twin flame for me. So there's an imbalance. At this time, you're at an imbalance, I would say, but let's read the protection message because it came out in the reverse. So don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. So Scorpio, you've had to go through lessons. Unless this is a message for the person that you're connecting with that was out of bounds for you. Let's take some La Vera Sibila on these cards and on these positions. Let's see what's going on with the Hermit. What's going on with the Hermit for Scorpio? We have Amore. And Amore is either a child or you're love struck. Did I say that to you before? No, it was Libra. So maybe check out the Libra reading because I spoke of, someone's heart being pierced by this poisonous arrow of Cupid. So some of you are in so much love with someone. There's someone that has put you in your cave and made you go inwards. Now, amore is also, it could be a child, a very deep love for a child. Now, it's the Four of Cups, which can speak to, remember the Four of Cups is second chances emotionally, but also emotionally being unhappy in your home. Let's see, why do we have the Five of Pentacles in the challenge? The Dottore, this is a Scorpio card because it's the number 13. Something to do with arrogance and vanity, someone needing to go through some difficult lessons to be humbled, but there is healing here, and number 13 speaks to a death process. Someone's put you in your cave and has been a very important teacher to you and in your life, and I feel that I get that there is admiration here for someone that is a guru and a teacher for you. Even though there may be even an age difference I'm getting here. What is the Page of Swords? At the foundation, we've got Vecchia Signora. So dilemmas about a visit, and there could be an age difference here. We've got someone that's very young and someone that's quite older here. And it's the Two of Swords. So this could be going back and forth at a dilemma about what to do. Right, now about a visit, a voyage, if there's physical distance between the two of you. Let's look at the Two of Swords. Two of Swords. Now I'm going to say for some of you, you may have been advised by a more mature individual that whoever you've connected with is not for you. Maybe you haven't been listening to your higher self and you've been advised by someone externally to you. You always need to listen to your higher self and your intuition. Let's take the Two of Swords. We've got the Lamatrice, the female lover, the sweetheart, 2 cards. We've got Allegrezza al Cuore and Fedelta, which is loyalty. We've got the sweetheart, and these are all water. energies. It's the Nine of Cups, which is a wish fulfillment. You've been going back and forth, and I'm wondering if you've been waiting on someone, if you're their someone's second choice, and you've been very loyal and you've been there, and wondering also if your sweetheart is going to be as loyal as you are, because see here, we see someone that's got choices. So this is about even sexual loyalty, emotional and sexual loyalty. Maybe you've had some sort of a dilemma around that, whether it's you, whether you could be loyal in the intimate department or in the emotional, or the person that you're hoping to manifest. Because what's on your mind, it could be infidelity, play. Let's see, what is the Knight of Wands? We've got Suspiria, torment. It's someone is waiting on someone to take action, to travel over water, over land, maybe on their way to work, because someone may travel for work here, and someone is tormented by the waiting, because we see the ship is on the horizon, but through sailing and through water, it's much slower than what the Knight of Wands, which is fire. Right? Fire is quick. Let's see what the possible outcome is with the Seven of Cups. We've got the Militar and the Ten of Swords. There's been betrayal, possibly, or you're coming to clarity to see the truth of the hardships, the thought of deception. Maybe there hasn't been deception, and there is a reality that someone's been going through a lot of hardships, maybe keeping those hardships to themselves and not sharing them, about a betrayal, a difficult chapter that's coming to an end. And we've got La Reunion. So what this is telling me, Scorpio, this is Eight of Wands. This is telling me that someone is willing to do whatever it takes for this reunion. Someone is willing to climb the highest mountain. Someone is willing to go through suffering. They're going to get to that peak. They're going to climb that ladder. And even though you may think that there's deception, I feel there's more magic than deception, and the masks will come off, and you will see that because we've got Saturn, Neptune here, and they are transiting through Aries, which is all about the new beginning. Someone will be the warrior, and we see, because Aries is the soldier, here is the soldier. But there's amalato, someone's losing their strength, their feeling as though they're ready to abandon, not trusting the ascension. And ascension is never easy. Keep that in mind. And what else do we have? Let's take did we take the Tangled Love for you? Yes, we did. So let's take the little Greek love oracle, and we'll take some timing cards and then some love messages for Scorpio. What is going on for Scorpio? You've got the Sun, Scorpio. You may be connecting with a Leo. Someone may have strong Leo placements. This is an ace. The Sun comes through reconciliation. You have got reconciliation. I don't know if it's a water sign. I'm not sure what sign it is. We've already mentioned some signs. Okay, so you've got a new beginning here. Let's take the timing cards now. Now, the major arcana cards in your main spread, we've got Virgo. So that could be strong energies connecting with Virgo. I get Pisces as well. Let's see. You can choose 1, 2, or 3. Okay, because there are many of you out there. Let's see. Amazing chemistry, terrible timing. Number 5. Number 2. It's time to let go, and it's a number 44. Let go, let go. There's codependency. There's something about controlling. There's something about thinking that that this will not happen, thinking that there's deception. I do feel that there is a love that lasts, but you're connecting with someone that is blocking you, the codependency, the fighting, the one-sided relationship. Maybe this was in the past. Maybe this was part of the lesson, if this is a twin flame. And we've got March, 17th of March. 17th of March, for me, it's a very significant day. It is, anyway, it is a very significant day for many out there. Maybe something was happening, something happened around the 17th of March, right? It is St. Patrick's Day as well, and you see the lucky clovers. Something has been happening on the 17th of March that you may not know about. And that illusion, those doors will open. There are many opportunities here for a reunion, a reconciliation. Someone is returning, Scorpio. Let's take some love messages. Think of your person and let's see what they're thinking. You need to release anything toxic from the past so that you could heal yourself. Many of you are good at that. Of course, you go through many deaths in your life. Maybe you're dealing with someone that needs to forgive and going through a learning curve. Let's see. You were too overbearing. I felt suffocated, insecurities, and jealousy. Now, Scorpio, that's one of your shadows. You can get quite jealous. And again, I felt suffocated. I get the Sagittarian energy here. You stole my heart and my happiness. That's a heartbreak for sure. The timing is not right, maybe tomorrow. You're my other half, I feel it. I love you, and this is the only Joker card in these 3 decks that says I love you. This is true love here. And I need time to process, to think. Please be patient with me. We see a couple of 7s here. We see a fair bit of earth. We've got some fire, some air. But this is worth the wait, I'm going to say. And remember that during the month of April, when Mercury finishes his retrograde, as he's coming out of his shadow, then until then, there will be returns. So I don't know if the 7 could also be the 7th month of July, but the 6th, 7th, up until the 9th of April could be very significant. Okay. Dear Scorpio, we are having on the 2nd of April, 1st or 2nd of April, a full moon in Libra. And that if you're a Scorpio rising, that's happening behind you. So there may be things that are culminating that you may not be aware of that will be coming to light for you. Okay, so we'll leave it there, Scorpio. I hope that this resonated for you. Happy reunion. Happy reunion as you're going through an ascension process. Good luck. I am wishing you luck. This is a very significant time for you. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you for connecting with us, Scorpio. Love and light. And you deserve this. You truly deserve this as you've been through a lot. Sending you lots of love, as always.